In today's KSAT Q&A, we're kicking off a series of conversations with the new faces on the San Antonio City Council. Several new faces sitting on the dais these days. And we start things off with District 2 Councilman Jalen McKee-Rodriguez.
Jalen, first off, congratulations. Thank you for joining us live here for KSAT Q&A. But right off the top, I want to talk about the weather situation. I know there are a lot of people concerned about flooding, concerned about what's happening in some of the low water crossings in our city. Talk specifically about District 2. Is that a concern for you and some of your constituents?
Absolutely. I think about, we have really poor drainage throughout the city, but specifically in District 2 and on the east side. And what happens is it'll rain one day. One bad day of rain will cause it to flood in some areas for days at a time. And so I'm really, really concerned about what that's going to mean for the next few days when we see more rain. And what that does also is it damages our roads. It creates more potholes. It takes 6 years for a street to get on the IMP and to get through that entire process. So it's just really, it's a terrible situation we're in. And yeah.
Infrastructure certainly was a priority of yours that you talked about during the campaign for District 2. Talk a little bit about what you think the top priorities, the top needs of that side of town are right now.
Absolutely. So if we're thinking specifically infrastructure, drainage is obviously a big one. And I think that's something that's going to have to be dealt with through numerous bond projects. As well, street lighting. One of my big budget asks is going to be a street lighting index that will apply a lens of equity in looking at where there's street lights, where there are not street lights, where is crime happening, where are school zones, where in the city needs street lighting, and creating a priority list from there. Outside of infrastructure, we saw it this May, public safety and accountability are a huge priority for the district. And that's going to take a number of forms through the contract negotiation process, through the budget process, and really in moving forward with policy and budget priorities. How are we addressing the root causes of crime? So that's two really big things, I think.
What do you think the main message voters sent on election night when you were swept into office after a one-term incumbent was voted out? What do you think the message in that was? And what are you hearing from people who voted for you, why they did, and what they want to see from their council person?
The message that I took away, and I think that really makes me feel that I'm on the right track, is that the needs of working class, regular people need to be met. When we're advocating for policy, when we're appointing people to boards and commissions, such as zoning and HDRC, when we're advocating for budget asks, what we need to be prioritizing are the needs of working class people, our constituents, not necessarily the needs of developers or of SAPOA or of big corporations. We need to really start thinking about, our seat from the lens of the little guy. And I think District 2 sent one of our own. We sent a little guy to District 2 City Council.
You are, let's talk about a personal level, if you don't mind. You're a former math teacher, son of military veterans. You said it is still a bit weird to hear councilman. So what has it been like for you since being elected, being sworn in last month, just to go through this process for the first time?
Absolutely. I think coming off the campaign trail, I'm so excited to make some things happen. We've heard a lot. We heard a lot of feedback at the doors. We heard the priorities of the district. And what I think a lot of people don't realize, and what maybe I didn't even realize at the time, was that it's such a slow transition into the city. We come in and we have all these things, but then we only have 1 or 2 council sessions. And then in July, there's no meeting. We're getting ready to start talking about the budget. We're trying to hire a staff. We're getting field offices set up. So things are slowed down a bit, but I still feel that sense of urgency. I think also, I'm Jalen. I'm a regular person who is now representing a district of regular people. And so nothing changes. Nothing changes. It's just we're in a lot of planning stages right now, and I'm excited to make the work happen.
All right, one of those planning stages has to do with the city budget, and they always put out a questionnaire trying to get what people think should be in the budget, what are the priorities, what they should be. And there's a website I want to talk to you about called SASpeakup.org. Talk about the importance of that and why you were concerned about what you've seen from District 2 so far.
Absolutely. So SASpeakup.com, actually. So
SASpeakup.com. Okay.
Is where you'll fill out the budget. And what's been a little disheartening for me is that District 2 is a large district. We have a large population, and often our voices aren't heard. And one of the things I saw and that we found out at this last budget setting session is that only 6.2% of respondents, I think it was, came from District 2. And so we need more East Side, more Northeast, more Southeast voices to fill out this survey at SASpeakup.com. Please, please, please make your voice heard when it comes to programs you absolutely don't want to see cut, programs you want to see additional funding for, and what your priorities are as a constituent and as someone who lives on our side of town. No one can represent you in the way that you can. So please share your voice.
We know a budget survey, not exactly something a lot of people probably get too excited about, but it's critically important for everybody to do their part. And like you said, let people know how you would like to be represented. Jalen McKee-Rodriguez, thanks so much for your time. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
Congratulations again. We'll be right back.